Hey there, boys and girls. My name is Sidalpha, and welcome to the finally soon to be completed my impressions and state of the game of Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. Now, I know I've been talking about doing a state of the game for Star Citizen for a while, and I kept on getting delayed because of the issues with my joystick. I dug out my my Wingman Extreme Force 3D Pro. Beautiful, wonderful joystick that I'd had worked great for a long time. Was not maintaining its calibration, so every time you tried to take off, your ship ended up going all over the fucking place. And there was really nothing I could do about it. I took it apart, I cleaned all the sensors and everything like that. It still, which made it better, but not good enough for me to be able to play effectively in the game. Especially with a game like this, where you don't have, like in some games where you have a certain amount of auto lock with or auto target with weapons, where the weapons will kind of help drift and help you strike your target. No, you got this tiny little like hitbox that's the size of a few pixels that you have to aim for, and so having a good joystick for that is a fucking must. And so I go out and purchased a new joystick on Amazon. The one I received was damaged and didn't work correctly. Sent it back for a replacement, and that one had calibration problems and USB disconnect issues, so I sent that one back, got a refund, ordered a different joystick from a different company, and I ended up with this guy, the Thrustmaster. Very basic joystick. It's not a Force 3D joystick, but as you can see, it's got all the buttons you need, and it's got the throttle and all that stuff. It's pretty tough. It's kind of firm with the action there, and it's been doing pretty well for me. I like the way it feels. It's heavy. It's got a bit of heft to it, which I really like, and is very good for my style of play, which is very RAM heavy. I mean, I beat the hell out of joysticks. I really do. So having one that's strong enough to be able to put up with me and my mammoth slamming on it is really beneficial. So with that, I got that last Tuesday. I've basically been playing the PTU or Star Citizen 2.0, Alpha 2.0, since the joystick showed up, as much as I possibly can, and I've been recording the vast majority of that footage to be able to get a good amount of bass for you guys to be able to see, and for me to be able to emphasize my points and things like that. So I do have a ton of footage recorded, and I'm going to end up using very little of it, but that's the way things goes. It's not always ideal. So editing will take quite a bit for me on this because of the sheer amount of footage that I'm going to have to go through. I kind of did it to myself and shot myself in the foot. But that's okay, and I digress. I do that a lot, digressing. I'm very good at digressing. So let's get into it. So here it is. State of the game, Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 has now been fully live for all backers for about 2 weeks now, from the date of this recording. Now, what does this include overall? Well, it includes the same hangar that you had before, and the ArcCorp area and Port Olisar areas. The Port Olisar is the main area that's been added. It does still have the ArcCorp zone, which is the cityscape, where you're able to run around and everything. And it's basically overall the same thing they showed us at CitizenCon. I mean, to be honest, there's absolutely no difference between the CitizenCon footage and what we have in the Alpha 2.0, except it's missing the shooter component, and we got an extra helping of crashes and disconnects that the tech demo they showed us did not possess. And no, before you start getting your panties into a bunch, yes, I understand what the word alpha entails. Pay attention and hear me out before you set your shields to full and charge your weapons, okay, guys? Now, even though I haven't been able to explore as much as I would have wanted to, I am able to make some determinations at this juncture. Now, bear in mind, this is a state of the game, a state of how things are right now. This is not going to be a discussion about what's coming down the line, what they're planning, what they have in the works, anything like that. That is what we have in the game right now. That's it, guys. So that's the purpose of this video, and to give you an impression of where I think it might be heading and how I feel progress has been going considering what we have in our hands at the moment. Now, first off, let me start by saying that this game is fucking beautiful. Okay, it is one of the most graphically stunning games I've ever seen. You know, the graphical fidelity in this game is rivaled probably only by Star Wars Battlefront, who I think does actually have it beat by a little bit. But who knows? Who knows what may happen with the final polishes and everything once this moves out of the alpha phase. Now, aside from that, again, we are missing the single player or the shooter component that they were showing in the tech demo that they displayed for us at CitizenCon. Now, and also we've run into, I've seen a lot of things that I felt I had to bring up real quick, guys. Now, some people have been expressing displeasure with the current state of Alpha 2.0 on the forums, and I was reading through more than one thread on the forums, and I was really disturbed by the vast majority of the responders simply QQing the op with things like, you know, calling them Derek Smart wannabes or Derek Smart himself, or simply downplaying the game by stating, "It's an alpha, bro. What are you going to do, bro? It's an alpha. It's not done yet. You can't say anything bad about it because it's an alpha." Well, that's bullshit. And, you know, most of us love it, so you're full of shit. You know, that type of thing. Guys, I really, really don't like seeing stuff like that. You know, a lot of people are trying to bring up their concerns and have an open and honest discussion, and they're, you know, a lot of these people are getting just shouted down by people who just don't want to hear any dissent in regards to the game whatsoever, and that's not something I like to see in a online community. I really don't. A lot of people are talking about things that are toxic, and having an environment like that is toxic in its own right, guys. It really is. So if you are one of those that is doing that, please take a moment to stop and consider, what if you were the one that was writing that message? How would you prefer somebody else to respond? You know, try and take some factor in the human element into things when you're dealing with people online, guys. It's really important. Also, there was a recent live stream event in which Chris Roberts sat down to play the new alpha build and was fraught with multiple crashes and game freezes. Now, the vast majority of fans out there are claiming that this is a sign that Chris Roberts is one of the people, and we're grateful that it wasn't a scripted demo, and others feel that it was unprofessional and that more is expected out of Cloud Imperium and the game itself. And you know what? I think both sides are full of shit. And here's why. Okay, well, both sides have points, good points and bad points, so not full of shit. I misspoke there, so I'll kind of take it back a little bit. So try not to get too offended. Don't shout me down. Don't call me a Derek Smart wannabe, or say I'm full of shit because most of the rest of the people don't think the way I do. So where we are right now with this is Chris Roberts the game was crashing quite a bit, which, of course, it's, you know, it's not a stable build by any means, guys. I mean, in less than 1 week, I've had over 50 crashes myself, and that's, you know, not counting multiple times where I was not able to even get into the fucking game because of servers being full, which, you know, is another gripe that I've expressed concern about. A lot of you don't see it as an issue. I, however, see it as a very big issue. But Chris Roberts, you know, not doing a scripted event doesn't mean he's one of the people. It means he's trying to show off what they have so far, and he was expecting it to be a little bit more polished than it is, which is actually something that does concern me a little bit, that he may be slightly out of touch with the game that he is heading up. That if he doesn't realize that the game is this buggy and this unstable, and he's expecting it to be more stable in an alpha format, then that does concern me a little bit. And also, you know, it doesn't make him one of the people for not using a scripted demo, okay? That just makes him not a complete, utter corporate tool. That's it. It doesn't make him one of the people. Okay, and yeah, it was slightly unprofessional, and they should have, if they were attempting to demo this crap, they should have, for you on a live stream, they should have taken steps to help ensure the stability of it for continuity and flow, to be able to deliver information for you guys without having the interrupts and disconnects there. So that's basically why I consider it to be slightly unprofessional. Now, the game itself, we have in the Port Olisar section, you are able to actually go choose your ship, which it pops in out of nowhere and then drifts down to the landing pad, and you run out onto one of the pads, climb in your ship, and off you fucking go. And they do have a couple of missions. There are two missions for you to be able to do. And one of them is the same comm relay section that you saw in the CitizenCon demonstration. And this is basically it lists a bunch of comm relays that you have to go deal with. Unfortunately, what you get here with this particular mode is extremely basic, and to be completely honest, a little bit pathetic. This is what you have is you go out, you take off in your ship, you fly out to the comm relay, and there you see two friendly fighters played by AI, where they were battling between 3 and 5 pirate vessels, also AI, that you have to battle and defeat. And then you EVA, you go into the station, you flip the light switch, you go back and get in your ship, and you take off, wash, rinse, repeat. That's basically all it fucking is. And this mode, this is not even difficult to do. All you have to do is fly in, get close enough to be able to see the ships, stop until your friendlies destroy them, and then fly up and flip the fucking light switch. Be warned, if you charge in too fast in some of these areas where there's closer to the 5 range of ships than 3, there are some moments, if you're not in one of the super expensive ships, then you're going to get your ass handed to you. Like me, I bought the $120 package because I thought that was fair. If both these games, both Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, release full builds, then $60 a game, I feel comfortable with that price range, and so that's what I paid. That's what I was willing to put out to be able to get in and test this for you guys. Unfortunately, with that mode, it's very, very bare bones, and overall, that's really all you fucking get. That's it. And, well, what about with Alpha 2.0? Didn't they do anything new with ArcCorp? Well, let's take a look at ArcCorp real quick. So basically with that, you guys, ArcCorp is essentially just a set piece, and it is completely empty and devoid of any interactivity short of a buggy that you get to drive around on. And it has been like that since I first entered into the game and attempted trying it out. So right now, ArcCorp is completely fucking empty and is an utter waste of time for you to spend an appreciable amount of time in that area, which basically leaves you with the Port Olisar area, which is what equates to the single flip the light switch multiple times game mode, and an overall explored area to be much, much smaller than what is to be expected once the game's been completed. Now, of course, again, this all comes with a caveat that yes, this is in alpha, and according to Cloud Imperium, this is a very early alpha, which is surprising because to drag that dead horse out of the closet and beat it, despite how many people have been, despite everything, it's been 3 fucking years, and all they have to show for it is an empty ArcCorp area where you can do fuck all nothing and flip the light switch and a couple of different zones to visit on your ship. I expected after 3 years of progress to see a lot more out of Star Citizen than what I'm seeing right now. Now, of course, everyone will defend them and say, well, they had all these problems. And yes, that's true. They did have all these problems. That's why there's not more progress here. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing that not more progress has been made. So with that, I expect to see, now that they're finally to this point, now that they are where they are right now, I expect them, and all of you should be expecting the exact same thing from Cloud Imperium. I expect the updates and the patches and the amount of content to be injected into this at a very rapid pace. Because this basically essentially says, okay, we have the base. The base is there. Now let's start stacking the boxes. Let's start getting the content put in there. Make sure all of the different pieces of the content interact with each other, and we'll keep on working and fleshing this out and having people come behind and do bug testing and bug fixes and things like that. So I really, really do expect to see a lot of content coming out of Cloud Imperium for this game in rapid fire, just one right after another. Keep it going. Otherwise, people are going to start getting pissed off, and you're going to start falling even further behind. Now, at the time of recording this portion of the video, they have released Alpha, the PTU 2.1, which I haven't actually... I actually just got the email a few minutes ago, so I haven't had a chance to determine whether this is another release that is fairly limited, or if this is a broad spectrum release for the Persistent Test Universe for 2.1. I will be looking into that, and we'll probably be discussing that during a later video. And as such, I will probably be doing the state of the game with the 2.1 release as well. That, of course, will probably come after the 2.1 has left the Persistent Test Universe and is considered the live build. So stay tuned for that, guys, and because that will be coming down the line, and I do intend on doing releases like this at the current state of the game. And yeah, so far, just overall, guys, there's not nearly as much there as what I would expect. However, there sure are a lot of fucking ships you can buy for this tiny little area they have. I actually did a little bit of counting and calculating. So far on the store page right now, at the time that I did all this, there were 69 ships and modules available. 26 were available for immediate purchase. Which is just insane, guys. The amount of money that you need if you were a completionist, which I would be if I wasn't poor as fucking dirt. They've got, of those 26 ships, those have a combined total cost of $2,965. That's a lot of fucking money, guys. That's a lot. Now, of course, the remaining limited edition ships, they reckon a combined total of they're breaking over 14,000, 14,375. That's a total for all the ships on the store page of over $17,000 for you to purchase all these electronic toys that they've bought for you, that they have created for you to play in this tiny little environment where you go and fight 3 to 5 pirate ships, flip a light switch, wash, rinse, repeat. That is a staggering amount of money. It's ridiculous and, quite frankly, a little disheartening. And with what they're asking for all of these ships, I mean, some of these ships are $800, $900, $1,000, $1,100 or more. They really better start releasing more content and fast. Because, damn. Okay, guys? Damn. So, overall, yeah. So, overall, there we have it. That's those are my impressions of the Alpha 2.0, guys. I hope you liked it. Please let me know in the comments down below if I was missing any information or if I misrepresented anything in any way. Please feel free to let me know. You know, guys, I'm always welcome to listen to what you have to say and have an open discussion about things. So let me know what you think, and here's hoping we see you again next time with the video in regards to Alpha 2.1. So once again, guys, my name is Sidalpha. Please remember, please remember to like, favorite, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell all your enemies, tell them that I am out here, I am waiting, I am watching, and I'm looking out for you. And I will see you next time. Hey folks, Sidalpha here. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to check out some other First Impressions videos, feel free to click on the link on the left. If you're interested in staying more up to date with what's happening in the PC gaming community, feel free to click on the link to your right. The subscribe button is down at the bottom. Please show your support and punch that evil thing as hard as you can. And once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.